Hello, everyone. Today, I would like to sit down and share a very personal story with you about how our lives can change completely in just a single heartbeat. It is a story about the deep love we feel, the hard choices we make, and the painful thing that happens when we try to return to a place that no longer exists in our world. You see, life is a lot like a book. Once you flip the page and start a brand new chapter, you can never truly go back and live in the beginning of the story again. Just imagine sitting down for your breakfast on a very quiet, normal morning and seeing a message on your phone that changes everything you think you know. It had been 18 months since my wife walked out of our front door for the last time when my phone made a little chiming sound. I looked down at the screen and saw a message I never expected to see. It said, "I have had my fun. Now I am ready to be a wife again." I read those words twice and found myself smiling. Then I sent back 7 simple words that ended our conversation forever. Let me tell you about myself. I am Nathan Collins. I am 45 years old, and I run my own business where I build and fix houses. I am a person who works very hard. I try to stay calm when things get tough, and I truly believe that trust is something you earn through what you do, not just through the sweet things you say. My wife was named Vanessa. She is 42 years old and used to be a manager at a store. She was always very sure of herself, and she loved the idea of new adventures. She felt like life had many more exciting things to offer her than our marriage ever could. Then there's our friend, Claire. She is 43, and she is a very honest and caring person. When Vanessa and I split up, Claire was one of the very few people who stayed right in the middle and remained a kind and supportive friend to both of us. Vanessa and I were married for 17 long years. We were blessed with 2 wonderful children, and we lived in a very cozy, warm home. We were the kind of family that always planned our summer trips years in advance. From the outside, we looked like the perfect little family. But one quiet evening, everything shifted. We were just sitting in our living room. Vanessa looked strangely calm, almost like she was far away. She told me she needed something different in her life. I asked her what she meant by that. She told me she had spent her whole adult life being a wife and a mother. She said she wanted to go out and enjoy being young while she still had the chance. At first, I thought she was just joking, but she was very serious. Over the next few weeks, she moved into a small apartment downtown. She started going out to parties every single weekend, and she began posting pictures of herself at the beach and at very fancy restaurants. At the start, our friends would show me those photos, but eventually I stopped looking at them. There was just no point in hurting myself like that. I decided to focus all my energy on my work and on my kids. I started going to the gym to keep my body and my mind healthy. Slowly but surely, my life became very peaceful. The divorce was officially finished a year later. It hurt a lot, but I finally accepted that it was over. Then, 18 months after she left, my phone buzzed while I was eating my morning meal. It was Vanessa. Her message said she had finished having her fun and was ready to come back and be a wife again. I just sat there staring at the screen. There was no apology for the pain she caused and no explanation for why she left. She just assumed she could walk right back into the life she chose to throw away. A minute later, she sent another text saying she knew she had made some mistakes, but she thought we had both been apart for long enough now. I put my phone down on the table and finished my coffee. Then I called Claire. She let out a long sigh as soon as I said Vanessa's name. She told me Vanessa was not doing well at all. The people she thought were her new best friends had all disappeared when the fun stopped. She had even lost her job a few months ago. She finally realized that the excitement she was chasing did not last very long. I thanked Claire for the information and hung up the phone. For the next hour, I sat and thought about what I want to say. I did not want to get revenge or be mean. I just wanted to be done with it all. Finally, I typed out 7 words. That chapter ended when you walked away. Goodbye. I hit the send button. A few seconds later, my phone started ringing. I did not pick it up. She left 3 long voicemails and sent many more messages. She begged me not to do this to her. She said she had changed and that we belonged together. I read every single message and then I saved them away. A week later, Vanessa showed up at my office without calling first. She looked very tired and much older than I remembered. She asked if I could give her just 5 minutes of my time. We sat together in a quiet room. She looked around at the walls and said she always thought I would be there waiting for her. She thought she could always come home if life did not work out the way she planned. I told her I knew that's what she thought. Tears started to fill up her eyes. She said she was very selfish and that she took me for granted. I did not disagree with her because she was right. She said she still loved me very much. I looked her in the eyes and said I believed her. For a second, I saw hope appear in her eyes. Then I told her the truth. I told her that the version of me who would have waited for her just does not exist anymore. She covered her face with her hands and started to cry. She said she had ruined everything. I did not argue with her because some truths do not need an argument. As she got up to leave, she whispered that she was sorry. This time, I really believe she meant it. But I simply could not build a new future on a lesson that she learned too late. Looking back, people often ask me if I ever thought about taking her back. The answer is very simple. I spent 17 years choosing her every single day. She spent 18 months choosing a life without me. Sometimes the hardest lesson in life isn't realizing what you lost. It is realizing that the person you left behind learned how to live a good life without you. And by the time you finally decide you want to come back, they have already found peace and are moving forward.